Hello there. My name is Hanson Mo, and I'm a second-year PhD student at Columbia, working with Professor Jingguang Chen to study transition metal carbide catalysts for biomass conversion. Today, I will be speaking to you on what you can expect in your first year at Columbia. So just to get started, here we have a brief overview of what I'll cover. So starting with the lead up to the first fall semester, all the way up through the qualifier exam at the end of your first summer semester. And so to get started, first thing that happens after you accept the offer is to decide whether or not you want to live in Columbia housing. If you do, the apartment selection process is available to you shortly after you accept the offer through Columbia Residential. And usually, regardless of where you choose to live, new students choose to move in sometime between mid to late August. Around that time, there will be various events hosted by the Columbia Graduate Student Association or the Engineering Graduate Student Council. Both of these host events to help new students get acclimated to not only the Columbia community, but also to New York City at large. These student groups will also try to host a variety of events throughout orientation week and the fall semester. So if you feel a little overwhelmed at the beginning, you'll have plenty of time to acclimate to the community around you. Now, going on to the first fall semester, which begins in the first full week of September, you can expect to take 3 core chemical engineering courses, which includes math methods, surface reactions and kinetics, statistical mechanics, or advanced thermodynamics. These last two, statistical mechanics and advanced thermodynamics, you only need to take one of those for your requirements. And then all students, regardless of year, have to sign up for Chemical Engineering Colloquium, which is a seminar series that features faculty and presenters from around the country who are invited to present their research. This is a way for students and faculty to get exposed to other fields of study within chemical engineering, as well as provide networking opportunities. Lastly, you will have to sign up for research methodology, which is a course that introduces you to topics such as laboratory research, scientific writing, as well as potential research projects offered by the faculty. This course is discussed in greater detail in the advisor selection videos. If you don't have a fellowship when you arrive at Columbia, you will be assigned a TA assistantship as your funding source. And as a result, you will have to serve as a TA for 2 semesters until you start receiving funding from your advisor. The typical responsibilities for a TA assistantship includes grading homeworks, administering exams, and potentially giving a lecture or two, depending on the course and the professor. The advisor selection process also takes place in this first fall semester, and more details will be discussed in the advisor selection video. However, I will say that once you have been matched with an advisor, you can choose to begin research right away with advisor approval, though students generally choose to begin sometime in early January after the winter break. The winter break is usually taken towards the middle of December after final exams have concluded, and this is done with advisor approval so that you can schedule when to get trained and started in your research project in January. So moving on to the first spring semester, students will generally return 1 to 2 weeks before the start of the spring semester in early January. And this is so that they can start on their research project, whether that be reading papers or getting some training on fundamental techniques or just diving right in. Once classes start, you can expect to be taking only 2 classes. So 1 core chemical engineering course, 1 elective, and then master's research as a means of filling the rest of your 12 credits. So the 1 chemical engineering course is generally transport phenomena, and then 1 elective can be taken with the advisor's approval. As usual, you will have to sign up for chemical engineering colloquium once again, and this will persist throughout your PhD at Columbia. Again, your TA assignments will begin this semester as well, and nothing has changed regarding that since the previous semester. So to sum up, the first spring semester is where students will start to balance their schedules between class, TA assignments, and research before transitioning to more full-time research in the future. On the other hand, if you already have a master's degree, then you no longer have to take any of the classes mentioned before. And instead, you only have to take 3 credits or 3 electives for 9 credits at any point in the course of your PhD. You will also have to sign up for chemical engineering colloquium as well as research methodology. But for the rest of your credits, you will be signing up for residency to meet your residency requirements. Instead, the TA assignments, advisor selection, and research are unchanged. So those requirements are still there. Now moving on to the first summer semester. This semester is where first-year students will focus full-time on their research project in preparation for their qualifier exams. The qualifier exam will take place towards the end of August or early September, near the start of the second fall semester. This qualifier exam consists of a 10-page written report and a 15-minute research presentation on everything you've done so far in your research project, and presented to the entire faculty, followed by 15 minutes of questions and answers. Only faculty will be permitted to attend, so no students will be present in the audience. The possible outcomes of this exam include pass, conditional pass, and fail. The conditional pass allows students to take the exam again in December with 3 faculty in attendance, at which the student will either pass or fail. And fail means that the student will no longer be permitted to continue with the PhD and instead have to leave with their master's degree. And passing is what you would expect to be, you pass. So now, after the qualifier exam, you can expect to receive your master's degree sometime in the second spring semester, usually in February. And after that, you have the research proposal to look forward to, which is a presentation at the end of your second spring semester. Following that, we have the third year talk as the next goalpost, which isn't an exam, but rather a seminar series for the third year students to present their progress up to that point. And after that, you can look forward to your dissertation defense sometime in your 5th year. And so this concludes my video regarding what you can expect in your first year at Columbia. I hope you enjoy this virtual visit, and perhaps I'll see you around in the future. Have a good one.